In the grand halls of the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa, the annual summit begins like any other modern African gathering, with 1,000 smartphones buzzing simultaneously as WhatsApp messages flood in from every corner of the continent. The AU chairperson stands at the podium, her voice carrying across the assembly with practiced authority. Distinguished colleagues, we gather here today to forge African solutions for African problems. The declaration echoes through the Chinese-built conference center, its walls adorned with African art carefully selected to match the furniture's feng shui. A representative from West Africa raises his hand, his traditional attire a stark contrast to his AirPods Pro. Madame Sheikh, I fully support this initiative. Perhaps we could secure a Chinese loan to fund our independence? Gentle laughter ripples through the chamber, tinged with the uncomfortable recognition of truth. On the giant screens behind the podium, a PowerPoint presentation cycles through slides showing Africa's potential. The GDP projections look impressive, though someone has forgotten to update the numbers from 2019. Loading appears in the corner, spinning endlessly like the continent's six-decade journey toward true independence. In the back row, opposition leaders from various countries huddle over their phones, sharing memes about colonial borders drawn by Europeans who thought the Sahara was just a large beach. Is this meeting sponsored by data? One whispers as delegates toggle between their mobile hotspots and the perpetually buffering conference Wi-Fi. The finance minister of an East African nation takes the floor, his speech interrupted every few minutes by notification pings. We must unite like our European counterparts, he declares, while simultaneously responding to his WhatsApp family group about dinner plans. The colonial borders, arbitrary lines drawn in Berlin centuries ago, seem to laugh silently from their place on the wall map. A young delegate from Southern Africa stands up, her voice clear and determined. While we debate our solutions, our former colonizers have achieved unity through sharing Brexit memes and Eurovision voting blocks. Meanwhile, we're still arguing about whether to accept Swahili as a continental language because half our representatives need Google Translate. The chamber erupts in a mixture of applause and nervous coughing. Someone in the back shouts, "But first, let me take a selfie." The moment is instantly captured and shared across multiple platforms with the hashtag #JustAfricaRising, sponsored by various telecommunications companies. As the day progresses, proposals float through the air like dust motes in the afternoon sun. Plans for continental free trade agreements compete with discussions about digital payment systems and cryptocurrency initiatives. A delegate suggests creating an African version of the euro, prompting another to ask if they could back it with Chinese yuan. The session breaks for lunch, and delegates cluster around charging stations like moths to a flame. The cafeteria serves a fusion menu that somehow manages to unite African cuisine with Chinese influences, much like the continent's current economic strategy. In the evening, as the summit winds down, the chairperson makes one final appeal. We must stand together, think together, work together. The words scroll across the screens in 5 official languages, none of them indigenous to the continent. The closing ceremony features a slideshow of African success stories, each one watermarked with logos from various international donors. As delegates prepare to return to their respective countries, they exchange contacts not through business cards, but via WhatsApp groups named Pan-African Dreams 2023 and AU Summit After Party. The summit ends as it began, with a chorus of notification sounds and the quiet hum of possibility. Tomorrow, they'll do it all again, inching closer to that elusive dream of unity, one shared meme at a time. Outside, the sun sets over Addis Ababa, its rays catching the glass and steel of the modern skyline. A group of young staffers gather for a final photo, their poses a mixture of traditional and contemporary. Instagram versus reality, African Unity Edition, someone jokes, as they share the image across platforms. The summit ends as it began, with a chorus of notification sounds and the quiet hum of possibility. Tomorrow, they'll do it all again, inching closer to that elusive dream of unity, one shared meme at a time.